Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream, and Lara from Complete Test Success. Here today, we are looking at Academic IELTS Writing Task 1. I have a map question, and basically, I'm going to show you the map. I'm going to get you to write the essay. So I'm not writing it, you're writing it, and I'm going to give you feedback on the writing you sent to me. So I'm going to show you a question, and then together what we'll do is I'll take some good examples of your writing, I'll put it on the screen, and we'll write the essay together as we go along. So we're going to construct the essay together, and I am going to give you feedback on your writing. Get involved, participate, because any negative feedback I have for you is the information you need to improve your scores. So it's basically what I do with the students on my courses as well, is I get them to send me their writing, I show them what they do wrong, then they know how to improve. They need to fix those problems or avoid those mistakes. So I'm going to help you in a similar way. I'm going to get you guys to share your writing with me, and I'll have feedback for you. Okay. So this is what we're looking at today. We're looking at a map. And as with any essay, be it task 1 or task 2, the first thing we must do is to write the paraphrase. So that's the first thing we need to do here today. Write the paraphrase. Share the paraphrase with me in the comments, and I will have feedback for you based on what I see. If you're doing anything wrong, I'll be able to show you what that mistake is and show you how to fix it. AXIX, good to see you here. Welcome to the lesson. You got to work tonight? No problem at all. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for saying hello. It seems like maybe we don't have that many students today. Sometimes we have students who just like to watch and not participate. So, if it's the case we don't have students participating, that is no problem. We'll just finish up a bit early here today. I will be posting a sample essay for this question on my website, in the near future anyway. So if you want to keep an eye on the website, you'll be able to see it there. Oh, here's Anne Wing. Hi, Anne Wing. Good to see you here. The given map details the design of a manor house bought by a theatre enterprise and its look after renovation. Okay, pretty good. Some small little changes we'll need to make, but overall, that's pretty solid. So let's add that to the screen here. Okay. So the given map details the design of a manor house bought by a theatre company and let's say like what it will look like. What it will look like after renovation. So just some small changes there. Nothing too big. Your writing was clear and easy to understand. That's the most important thing. What you wrote had the same meaning as the question statement. So again, that's good. So yeah, overall a good start. And that now allows us to write the overview. Now, of course, the overview will always begin with overall. So my next task for you guys is exactly that. I want you to write the overview for this question. I'll add that to the screen and I'll give you feedback on any mistakes that you're making. Sajindran, hi to you. Good to see you here. How can we paraphrase the word manor house? We can't. I don't know another word with the same meaning as manor house, and that's going to happen. You know, no matter what question you're paraphrasing, be it task 1 or task 2, there will be some questions, there will be some words that you need to copy. That's not considered bad paraphrasing. If you copy every word, or if you copy like 3, 4, 5 words in a row, that's problematic. But a very specific noun phrase like manor house, that's a very specific word. So, you know, there isn't really another word. Hi there. The maps compare a manor house bought by a theatre company. So you just need the article a theatre company. And then we need something extra. And let's say the maps compare a manor house bought by a theatre company. Let's go back to compare. So let's say the maps outline a manor house bought by a theatre company, and then we'll start a new clause because you have the word compare, and we want another verb. Okay, so the maps outline a manor house bought by a theatre company, comma, and show how it looks now and how it will look after the planned development, and a full stop at the end. So for you, the most common mistakes you're making, it seems to be with articles. So you need it by a theatre company and after the planned development. So articles are an area of grammar for you to work on. And you're very welcome. Hey, Joanna, good to see you here. The layout illustrates a manor house bought by a theatre company before and after its refurbishment. So the what's not clear in your sentence, Joanna, is that the refurbishment hasn't happened yet. So it's now and after its planned refurbishment or something like that, and after it is refurbished, or after it will be refurbished. So instead of saying before and after, because that makes it sound like it's already happened. So just a small thing there. Everything else looks good. Sajindran, the diagrams show a blueprint of a manor house. So it'd have to be the blueprint, because there would only be one. The blueprint of a manor house that was bought by a theatre corporation, you've spelled that wrong, along with how it will look. So when we say look like, it has to be what it will look like. So you can say along with how it will look in the future after renovation, or what it will look like in the future after renovation. Either would be correct. But overall, this is a good paraphrase. You can say Saji, less likely to mess it up. Okay, good. So I'll just give you guys some time to write the overview. When you're ready, share that with me in the comments as well. Joanna, or the image displays a layout. So this is it's a specific layout. It's the layout of that manor house. So it'd have to be the image displays the layout. It's a specific layout. The layout of a manor house, not when it was bought, because it would have looked like that for a long time. So the image displays the layout of a manor house that was bought by a theatre company, comma, and what it will be presented. No. And what it will look like after renovation. And you don't need a comma before and, because it's what the image displays. The image displays A and B. So you don't need that comma. Overall, after the refurbishment, a new building will be added to the main one. So we wouldn't call that a new building, we'd call that an extension. So it's the same building, but the extra part is considered an extension. So definitely that is one of the things we could say. So let me just take that and add it to what we already have. So overall, after the refurbishment, a new extension will be built. An extension will be added. An extension will be built would be a more common collocation. A new extension will be built onto the main. And now we're not saying one anymore because I changed building. So onto the main building. Yep. So that's definitely one thing we can say. Great. That wouldn't be enough. That wouldn't be enough, but it's a good start. And that's kind of how it works with the overview. It's like, okay, some general descriptions, you kind of put a few bits in. With maps, you know, just mentioning one thing, that could potentially get us a band 6. But to get our clear overview, let's try to add a little bit more. And overall, this site will undergo significant changes, with the most noticeable ones being the removal of a majority of the rooms, along with the construction of a score of new functional rooms. Okay, so I'm going to take what we haven't already mentioned from that. So let me just copy that. And I'll basically take. So you said a score of new functional rooms. So we'll add that. Okay, so overall, after the refurbishment, a new extension will be built onto the main building. To function as some new functional rooms. And then the extra thing then you said was the removal of the majority of rooms. Inside the main building. The development will see the removal of the majority of the rooms. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So from there, we're pretty much good to move on to the. We're okay to move on to the next paragraph. That's enough. That's about as much detail as we would want. If somebody else has a comment with extra stuff we can put in the overview, I'll add more, but really that's enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first details paragraph. I want you to write the first details paragraph, but before you write that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about it. What a lot of students will do is they'll have the first paragraph about the first map and the second paragraph about the second map. But that becomes a little bit clumsy because, you know, if you're talking about the top left corner and then the next paragraph, you have to talk about the top left corner again. And if it's changed, you're saying like, what was there? And then later on, you're going to have to say what was there and what replaced it. So it ends up with a lot of repetition if you try to describe each map separately. So typically what I like to do is decide, kind of cut the map in two. And based on whatever decision you make, like where you decide to cut it, body paragraph 1 will be one side and body paragraph 2 will be the other side. So just let me cut this here before we get started. Now, I mean, cutting it in the middle would technically make sense, but if we're talking about this one here, if I just cut it in the middle, and this is body paragraph 1 about the top half and body paragraph 2 about the bottom half, that might not be easy because there's so much stuff to talk about up here, and we don't really have that much stuff to talk about down here. So I might not cut it kind of as easily as that. Maybe the easiest thing to do would be to cut it along the extension. So maybe kind of like paragraph 1 will be about this. And then paragraph 2 will be about this extra stuff. It might not work out perfectly, but I think that should be roughly about half the features and half the features. Okay. So with that, I will let you guys get on with it. Write body paragraph 1 or details paragraph 1 about the stuff inside the main building. Yeah. Okay. And then share that with me in the comments. Okay. Hi, Partha. Welcome. Subarna. Yeah, good. Good to have you here. Thanks, Subarna. Saji, overall, most of the rooms are demolished in order to accommodate for seating and a stage. No. Now, what we don't want to do is start mentioning specific details. If we start mentioning specific things like seating and a stage, that becomes too specific, and instantly our overview drags us down to a band 5 for task achievement. So no specific information. So instead of saying seating and a stage, you would say, like, maybe say like facilities for plays. Plays being what what a theater shows. So maybe like, yeah, or the various features that the theater needs, whatever you want to say, but we can't directly state the specific information in the overview. So be careful with that. And there will be an extension of the building. Okay, good. Good, Partha. Thank you. Nice. The center area first, then the right corner later. Okay, yep. So we agree on that. Upon entering the entrance, we would never use two forms of the same word like that together, even though it makes sense, it's grammatically correct, and we just never say entering the entrance because they're two forms of the same. So we might say upon going through the entrance, right? There are many rooms with varying sizes. Now, what you need to think as well is you have to imagine that the person reading your essay cannot see the map. So if they cannot see the map and you say upon entering the entrance, they're going to say, what entrance? Where is the entrance? Tell me more. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So you have to imagine that you're describing it to someone who cannot see the map. So firstly, if you want to talk about entering the entrance, you have to tell them where the entrance is. So, the entrance is located on the southern end of the building. And upon entering the entrance, or upon going through the entrance, there are many rooms. We don't need to describe it as if you're walking around the area either. So what you do is just like, inside the map, there are many rooms with varying sizes next to each other. I'd probably even go as far as to include the number of rooms, because when we're in the overview, like I just said here, we don't want to include specific information. But now that we're writing the body paragraph, the whole purpose of the body paragraphs is to give that specific information. So that's what we're here for. That's the goal now. So yeah. Feel free to count the rooms, say the number of rooms. Varying sizes is a good idea because they are a bit of a mix and match of different sizes. And yeah, I think that's a good idea to include that information. But so in body paragraph 1, we want all that. So everything inside the main building. What was it like before? What is it like now? What will it be like after the new development? Everything needs to be included in that body paragraph 1. Okay. Saji, overall, most of the rooms are demolished in order to accommodate for seating. Oh, sorry, I looked at that already. Apologies. Okay. Regarding the central area of the building, so it's not the center of the building, it's the whole building. The current rooms will be demolished to accommodate a newly built row of seats and a stage, while the entrance at the southern end will remain unchanged. A new ticket desk adjacent to it will be introduced. To the southwest of the building, a snack bar and a restroom will be introduced. Okay, so just one thing there now, and you're doing well in that you're including all of the necessary information, but what you need to be careful with is for maps, you need to describe the locations of all the key features. So the locations is a very important aspect, and we would need to do a better job of that. So let me just copy what you have and we'll tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so regarding the central area, so regarding the main building, the current, let's say something like there are currently, I want to count the number of rooms. There are currently 11 rooms, and the majority of these will be demolished to accommodate a newly built row of seats and a stage on the northern, let's say a newly built row of seats in the center and a stage on the northern side of the building. On the northern side, that's enough. While the entrance at the southern end will remain unchanged, a new ticket desk, let's say just inside it, will be introduced, isn't quite right, will be built to the southwest of the building, let's say in the southwest of the building. A snack bar and restroom will be introduced, will be built, will be constructed. STRUCTED, something like that. Okay, so we have, and by we, I mean Anling has covered everything. So we've mentioned the stage, all the seating, ticket desk, the entrance, restroom, snack, all the buildings, everything is there. Okay, so then what that leaves us with is the final paragraph. So we need one more paragraph to discuss this stuff here. Let me just make it clear that the door is there in case anyone doesn't notice that. Okay, so that will be body paragraph 2. So that's my next task for all of you guys there. Let me just put that up. Write the second body paragraph. Okay, so when you're ready, write the second body paragraph, share that with me in the comments. And again, I'll have feedback for you then. You repeated introduced twice. Oh, I would change it. Introduced isn't quite the right word. I wouldn't worry too much about using it twice. Overall, you've done a good job though. Okay, all rooms located. So again, we need an article. So an article mistake here. All the rooms located in the main building, except one in the southwest corner. That's good. Let's add that to our one. So that's clearer. So I said the majority, but you said all except. So let's write that instead. That's much better. So I said, hang on now, let me get this on screen. I said, and the majority of these will be demolished. And you said, and all see what you said there again. And all except the one in the southwest corner. Okay. And all except the one in the southwest corner will be demolished. Perfect. So that's better again. You can never be too clear. Of course, there's the time to consider. So sometimes you might not be as detailed as you want because you're worried that you won't finish the essay on time. But if time isn't a consideration, it will never be wrong to be clearer, to be more accurate. Okay, so this is good. In order to free more space for seats, they will take up all the space in the middle of the building. Good. In addition, the central part of the building holds seats for... Okay, so this is another writing. So this, obviously, you've done a good job of what you've done, of what you've written is good, but there's more to include. So you would need to include all the features as we've done on the screen here. So G, in addition, the central part of the building holds seats for the viewers, which currently has 11 rooms. So when you say the building holds seats, when you say which currently has 11 rooms, that needs to go next to the word building because you're describing the building. So the sentence would be, in addition, the central part of the building, which currently has 11 rooms, comma, will hold seats for the viewers, like that. You're very welcome, no problem. After the development, when one enters through the southern entrance, they will be greeted with a ticket desk, and on the west of the desk will have a bar snack. Good. Yep. The southwest of the building is where the restroom will be placed. In addition, the central part of the building holds seats for the viewers, which currently has 11 rooms. We looked at that. We looked at that already. Okay, good. Okay, and wing. In the future, there will be an additional building constructed to the northeastern side of the main building, and it so just needs to be future. It will be equipped with 3 rooms. Okay, and I see you have some more stuff, so let me grab your stuff there and add it on. So everything you've written so far has been fairly solid, so I'm just going to take what you've written again there and okay. So let's go through this here. Okay, in the future, there will be an additional building constructed on the northeastern side of the main building, and it will be equipped with 3 functional rooms. No, and it will, let's say, it will have 3 rooms. It will have 3 rooms. So functional rooms isn't quite right. Okay. In particular, in the west of the building, in the west of a new wardrobe will be erected. Okay, so in the east, and you need to be really careful with that because any inaccurate information will result in a band 6 instantly for task achievement. So even though you're doing a great job, one piece of inaccurate information and your score comes down very, very quickly. So that's something that we always want to be really, really careful with. So in particular, in the east of the, and we'll say extension, just to make it clearer, of the extension, a new wardrobe will be erected with 2 doors connecting it with the outside area to the south. And the green room, I don't think green room is capitalized. And the green room to the northwest, the northwestern part of the extension. The green room in the northwestern, the north. Ooh. To the northwestern, to the northwest. Let's just say to the northwest. So you're given in reference to the wardrobe. The wardrobe's here and to the northwest. Okay. To the northwest. Located next to the green room will be a newly constructed dressing room, which will be equipped with a door leading to the main stage. Lovely. Everything is there. You haven't missed anything. Do you know what? I want to say stage door more specifically because they've said stage door. Wardrobe will be erected with a stage door connecting it with the outside area to the south. And the green room will be located, no, you've said that already, will be to its being the wardrobe. It's northwest. All right, that's a full essay. That looks good. All right, so let's put all this together on one page so we can see it together. So that's body paragraph 2. Here's body paragraph 1. And we already had the first paragraph with the paraphrase and overview up here. All right, so let's try and get that all on the same page here. Okay. All right. Might be a little bit small, but we should be able to get everything in there at the same time just to get a good look at it. Okay. All right. And that then is our full essay paraphrase, overview, body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, describing all the specific details. And with that, we are done. Okay, so let's have a look. There are a few more comments from some other students, and then I will finish up there for today. So G, the newly constructed building is connected to the main building. So we do need the word extension in this situation. And a door behind the stage opens to a dressing room. The wardrobe is on the northeast side of the building, and it connects to the green room on the left. We don't need by a door. That's okay. We can delete that bit. This room can also be accessed by another door to the south of the wardrobe. Just a spelling mistake there. Okay, so we've seen that already. Hey, Winkle. After development, a stage door will be constructed in the south, so that would be in the north, opposite to which, a stage door, sorry, be constructed in the south. In the south of what? In the south of the extension. So the location could be better described there. The wardrobe opposite to which will be a wardrobe, inside of which will be a wardrobe. The wardrobe opens into a green room, which is next to the dressing room. I think it's east. Yeah, cheese. Okay. Okay, we looked at that. Awesome. You're very welcome. What band score? This essay, like what we finished here, you'd easily get, we'd be looking at band 8, band 9, realistically, probably band 9, maybe, maybe variety of language. There might be some grammar mistakes in there that we didn't notice because we're kind of going through it quickly, but it looks solid. I would say a 9, 8.59 easily. Okay, so we got through that relatively quickly. That's it for today. I have a live feedback lesson tomorrow on Zoom. If you want to join me on that, it's a free group class. You'll find the link in the video description. If you want one-on-one support, that's my email address there, lara@completetestsuccess.com. You can reach out to me there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So talk to you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everybody.